Hi and welcome to your Hyundai Kona Premium. To get the best experience from your new electric vehicle, here's a short 5-step guide to get you on your way. Your Hyundai Kona Premium comes with a real-world range of 245 miles. It has a battery size of 64 kilowatt hours and it can DC rapid charge up to 77 kilowatts. If storage is important to you, your Hyundai Kona comes with a boot storage of 332 litres and with the rear seats folded flat 1,114 litres. Every electric car is very different and there's no exception with the Hyundai Kona. Let's get you round the basics and on the road. Accessing your Hyundai Kona is effortless. Your pocket-sized key fob will allow you to access either remotely or keyless entry. As long as the key is on your person, you will only be required to press the button on the handle to access the vehicle. But if that's not for you, you can always use the buttons on the remote key fob instead. In the cabin, it will feel very familiar. Before we get on to step 2, let's get you comfy in the cabin first. To find your desired position in your seat, you can use this lever here to move the seat forward and backwards. We have 2 extra levers here to adjust the height of the seat and also the back support. We also have a button to adjust the lumbar support for your lower back. Once you've reached your desired position in the seat, you can adjust your steering wheel. This can be done using the lever underneath the steering column, and you can move the steering wheel freely up, down, towards you or further away. To get the right temperature in the cabin, you can use the climate function here. On the left we have the heating control knob and on the right the fan speed. You also have heated seat options and also front and rear windscreen clear. Your vehicle also comes with a climate only for the driver to help conserve energy. Next, let's have a look at the controls behind the steering wheel. On your stalk on the left you have your controls for your headlights, your rear fog lights and also your indicators. On your stalk on the right you will have controls for your front and rear windscreen wipers. In addition to the 2 stalks, we also have 2 paddles, left and right. These are to control your regenerative braking. The left paddle increases the braking and the right one decreases it. This enables the car to recuperate energy back into the battery as well as using the car's brakes. And finally, let's have a very quick look at the driver's display. Your driver's display is split into 3 areas. Starting on your left, we can see the speedo, and underneath that the battery indicator, which has 0, half and 1. Underneath that to the left we also have your indicated range, which in this case is 252 miles. Also to the right of your speedo you can see the letter P indicated. This is to let you know which gear you have selected. You have the choice of P for park, N for neutral, D for drive and R for reverse. Moving over to the right, we have your power indicator. On the left is the charge area. If the needle falls here, you know you'll be putting energy back into the battery. Underneath there is your monitor for your regenerative braking. Now you're familiar with the cabin, let's get you on to step 2. Let's show you how to start your Hyundai Kona and get you on the road. Starting your car is effortless and can be done by pressing the start button to the left of the steering column. But don't forget to apply the foot brake as well to enable gear selection. Your driver's display will become illuminated and do some vital system checks. You're now ready to drive your car, so let's head over to step 3. Your Hyundai Kona has an automatic transmission. So let's have a look at the gears and show you how to get going. On the gear selector you've got a choice of D for drive, N for neutral, P for park and R for reverse. Behind the gear selector you also have your parking brake marked with the letter P. Selecting D for drive will enable you to move the car forward. You can brake using the brake pedal and also the paddle flaps for your regenerative braking. Selecting the reverse gear will automatically bring up on your screen the reverse camera. Whilst driving the car you may wish to use the cruise control function. This can be activated by hitting the mode button and then setting the speed with the plus and minus symbols. You also have an icon here which is for lane centering and also determining the distance between you and the vehicle in front. You now know your way around the cabin and driving the vehicle, so let's have a look at step 4. We live a very connected lifestyle and we can do that in the car as well. So let's have a look at the Hyundai Kona's multimedia system. When you hit the start button, you'll be greeted by your car. First of all, let's get your smartphone connected to the car. Underneath your display, you will have a button called Setup. Please click on this option. And then select Phone Connection. Then select Phone Connections again. And then at the bottom left, you've got Add New. Please select this option. And then if you look at your phone and make sure Bluetooth switched on, and in your Bluetooth settings, you should see Kona appear. Please check that your passkeys match and then click Pair. At this point you can also sync your contacts. And now you're connected with a car, you'll be able to make phone calls and use audio from your handset. If you wish to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can also do this by connecting your handset to the USB socket just here. Your Hyundai Kona also comes with wireless charging, and you can activate this by laying your phone flat on this charging pad. Your Hyundai Kona also comes with built-in satellite navigation, which you can use from the main display here, or pressing the sat-nav button. Hitting the magnifying glass or search tool enables you to type in your desired address, and then hit OK at the end, or if it's pre-populated on the left hand side, you can select your destination by clicking on it. If you're happy with this address, you just need to click Set as Destination and you're on your way. One more perk with the Hyundai Kona in the sat-nav software is you're able to see nearest charging stations. These are listed on the right hand side and you'll always have the nearest one on its own first. In that list of chargers, you will also be able to identify whether they're DC or AC charging, their address, and you can also store them as a favourite. And that completes step 4, and that ties us nicely into the final step, which is how to charge your car. So let's review the 3 different ways we can charge your Hyundai Kona. Charging happens in one place, and that's at the front of your Hyundai Kona. Accessing the charge port can be done by pressing firmly on your charging door. Once the charging door opens, you'll be greeted by 2 protective bungs. The top one covers up your AC charging port, and the lower one opens up the full access for the DC rapid charger. Let's discuss your charging options. There are 3 ways you can charge your Hyundai Kona. The first is a domestic 3-pin Type 2 connector. This is the slowest option and will charge up to 2.5 kilowatts. This charging cable doesn't come with your subscription, but you can add it for a small charge. The more conventional way is a fast charge, using a Type 2 to Type 2 connector, which will charge up to 7 kilowatts on your Hyundai Kona. This cable comes as standard with your subscription. Your third and final option is a rapid DC charger. This uses a much larger connector than the 2 previously discussed. DC rapid chargers can normally be found alongside A and B roads and motorway services. Now we've discussed each of the 3 charger types, let's see how we plug them into your electric car. To access the charge port on your Hyundai Kona, press firmly on the charger port door to open. If you're AC charging, take your Type 2 to Type 2 connector and plug it into the AC port on your charge port. But don't forget to allow at least 30 seconds for your car to communicate with the charger. To monitor your charging, head into the vehicle and look at the driver's display. On the right of your display will be the remaining time of your charge. It will also display your current state of charge, which in this case is 79%, and also the power which you're receiving from the charger. When you've finished charging and ready to unplug, simply lock the car and unlock it, and you'll be able to unplug your Type 2 connector. And don't forget to replace the protective bungs and close the charge port door. The fastest charging, which is DC rapid charging, can be done in the same way as AC charging. As mentioned before, you'll need to remove both of the bungs so you can plug in the larger DC connector. To finish your DC rapid charge, you will need to hit stop on the DC charger unit first before you can unplug the connector. And don't forget to replace both bungs securely in the charge port and close the charge door. You are now set to go, and you should have everything in your toolkit to drive your electric car.